I think it's on, right? Okay, it's on. So hi everybody, welcome in. Oh, Robin's here. Hi Robin. Hi everyone. 안녕 반 친구. Yeah, they could be 반 친구, classmates. Okay, so everyone's coming in. I'll give you guys like 30 more seconds and then we'll start the class. And before we begin, I'm not sure how many of you finished this test, but I hope you have at least finished the parts where you can actually understand. Okay, so everyone's coming in. Thank you for joining, everyone. Okay, so now I will start the class, guys. So, and if you're new here and have no idea what's going on, please check the link in the description box and you'll find the instruction and test sheet there. And yesterday we did listening section and today we're supposed to do the reading section. And I asked you guys to finish the test before joining, or like I just said, at least the parts that you can understand. And I'm sure that different learners have different feelings about this test. Maybe it was easy to some of you, a bit difficult, or moderate to some others. So as you see this test, I hope that you have them printed out and have them by your side. Okay, let me fix my camera a little bit. It's a little bit loose here. Okay, so from the first 12 questions, number 30 to like 42, they are pretty basic. So if you know basic grammars and vocabularies, it's quite easy to find correct answers. But from 43 to, I don't know, for the rest of the parts, from 43, the sentences get longer. And I think from 49, right, the whole paragraph gets longer. And there are like 2 questions per 1 paragraph. So it gets, the questions get more tricky, right? And the last 3 paragraphs, I think, are the hardest in this test. Probably. So I'm not sure how many of you actually made it all the way to the end. But since we cannot cover every single question, I chose about half of the questions we'll cover in this class. And we'll start with the first 10 easiest questions first. And then we'll move on to the next level questions. And so, yes, let's begin with number 31 first. And if you are like a very beginner in grammar, you can stay till the parts that you can actually understand. And if it gets too difficult and not fit your level yet, it'll probably end up frying your brain. So it's recommended to come back later after you have built more of grammar knowledge. Okay, so let's begin with number 31. And okay, it's still so loose. I'm not sure what's wrong with this device. Hopefully it doesn't bother me too much. Okay, so if you see the first section, number 31 to 33, it's a question of 무엇에 대한. Oh, it's doing that again. Okay. 무엇에 대한 이야기입니까? 무엇 here means what, and 무엇에 대한 이야기 means about what story it is. Or 이야기 also means, I don't know, something verbal talk. So it's basically asking what is the sentences about. So if you look at the example box here, so here are the list of sentences and you get to choose the topic of these 2 sentences. So if you know the word 사과, right? 사과, So this is not the actual question. This is one of the example sentences to help you guide through how you can solve the rest of the questions. And 배 means pear. 사과 means apple. So they are fruits, right? So you can choose number 3 for 과일, fruit, right? And we're going to start with number 31. Oh, and as you have noticed in topic test, they usually, the sentences are in the form of 비읍 받침 or 습니다 ending. I'm pretty sure you have noticed it because it's a test and they give out many like formal articles, right? So that's why 습니다 ending is used a lot. So you'd better get used to this ending if you would like to pass topic. So let's practice first with these 5 verbs, how to combine them with 습니다 ending. So it's not really that difficult. So these are all the verbs, right? And 공부하다 means to study. And if you want to combine it with 습니다 ending, you can first take out the stem, right? The stem of the verb. And then the stem is 공부하, right? And here the stem doesn't end in 받침, right? It doesn't have 받침, the last word. In this case, you can go with 비읍 받침 and the rest, 니다. 공부합니다. So if you say 저는 공부합니다, it means I study, but in a more formal 존댓말. So 습니다 ending is a more formal 존댓말 than just you ending. Both are 존댓말, but this sounds more formal. And 읽다 means to read, right? And you take out the stem, and if the stem ends in 받침, this time it ends in 받침, right? Unlike 하, you put 습니다. So it becomes 읽습니다. 저는 책을 읽습니다. I read a book. And 살다 means to live. And 살다 is an irregular verb, and we also learned about an irregular verb, right? It doesn't follow the regular rule. So if it follows the regular rule, it should be 살습니다, right? 살습니다. However, we don't say it like that. It follows a totally different rule. It's a rule breaker. Irregular verbs are rule breakers. So basically, 리을 받침 gets deleted and 비읍 comes instead, and it becomes 삽니다. So if you say 저는 한국에 삽니다. 저는 한국에 삽니다. It means I live in Korea. And 사다, this verb means to buy, right? Buy. And this one is not an irregular verb and it follows the regular rule. So this one doesn't have 받침 in the stem. So you put 삽니다. So 살다 and 사다, both when it's combined with 습니다 ending, they are in the same form. But you can tell which one is used by the context. So for example, if you say 저는 반지를 삽니다. 반지를 삽니다. Obviously, if the object is a ring, you don't live a ring, right? You buy a ring. So in this case, you can easily know that, oh, this is buy and this is live. So by the context, you can distinguish. And our last verb, 있다, means to have or there is, right? There is, there are. So you can say 저는 동생이 있습니다. Right? Because it has 받침, so you put 습니다. 저는 동생이 있습니다. I have a younger sibling. So that's how you can do this. So that's how you can make a verb, you can combine a verb with 습니다 ending. So with that said, let's really start with number 31. So if you know the basic words, it's easy to pick the right answer. So 지금 means now. So 지금은 아침입니다. 지금은 아침입니다. 입니다 is a combination of 이다 verb and 비읍받침 니다 ending, right? So 입니다. So it means is. It's a verb that means is. So now is 아침. Now is morning. And we also learn how to say time in Korean. 8시입니다. 8시. And pure Korean number is used here, right? For time marking, and for time marker, pure Korean number is used. And it means 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock. So they're talking about time, right? Time. So it's not 사람, it's not person, it's not 나이, it's not age, it's not 계절, it's not season, it's 시간, time. So the correct number is 4. And next one, 32. 오늘은 집에 있습니다. 쉽니다. So 오늘은 today. So I have seen some users saying 오늘에 because 에 is a time particle, right? That means in. So people place 에 after 오늘 to mean in today. However, this is wrong. And you can just say 오늘 to mean today. 오늘. So 오늘 공부를 했어요. Today I studied. But the reason why 은 particle is placed here is because this serves as a topic marking particle. So it kind of translates to as for today. So 오늘은 집에 있습니다. 에 있다 means to be in noun, right? Whatever noun that comes before 에, right? In noun. So 집 means home. So it means I'm in home. I'm at home today. 오늘은 집에 있습니다. 쉽니다. 쉬다 verb. It comes from 쉬다 verb. And 쉬다 means to take a rest. Take a rest. And so which one is the correct answer? Is it 나라? Country? No. Is it 휴일? So in our last listening section, we learned that 휴가 means vacation, right? Not 방학. 방학 is a vacation for school. And 휴가 is a vacation in general, like at work, right? So 휴 here means break. It's a Sino-Korean word that means break. And 휴식 is the full vocabulary that also means break. And here you can see that the common word the common letter that each word has is 휴. And when 휴 is in the vocabulary, it usually means taking a break. And she is talking about taking a rest and staying at home. So the most likely answer is number 2. And it's not shopping, it's not shopping, or it's not 직업, it's not a job. The right answer is number 2. And for number 33, 저는 바지를 좋아합니다. 치마는 안 입습니다. So 저는 바지. So here, if you know these two vocabularies, it's easy to choose this question. It's to choose the answer, sorry. 바지 means pants or trousers, and 치마 means skirt. So it's talking about clothes, 옷. So it's number 1. And just for fun, 옷 kind of looks like a person, doesn't it? It looks like a person's head here, neck and arms, legs. A person is standing. So this word means clothes, and 값 means 가격. 값 means price, and the word that has the same meaning is 가격. 값 and 가격, they both mean price. The only difference is that 값 is pure Korean and 가격 is Sino-Korean word. They come from the Chinese characters. There are lots of words in Korean that are based on Chinese words, so they're not actually written in Chinese characters, but they are written in Korean pronunciation of Chinese characters. So that is what Sino-Korean words are. And 일 means work. 직업 means a job, and 일 means work. And 집, we learned, means a house or home. So the correct answer is number 1. So I think you guys understand what I meant by if you know the basic vocabularies and grammar, it's easy to choose the correct answer in the first several questions. And same with these questions. So these are different sections, so they have different instruction, and it's instructing us to 보기와 같이 괄호에 들어갈 가장 알맞은 것을 고르세요. I think you can easily guess what it's instructing you to do. So 가장 알맞은 것 means the most correct thing. So you can choose the right vocabulary that would fit in the parentheses and by the context, right? And here, if you look at the example box, 보기 box, 눈이 나쁩니다. 괄호를 씁니다. 괄호를 씁니다. So 눈 has two meanings. First, eyes. Second, snow. And 나쁩니다 comes from the verb or the adjective, the descriptive verb 나쁘다, which means bad or not good. So it means my eyes are bad. And when we say my eyes are bad in Korean, it means your eyesight is bad. So there is another more advanced word for eyesight, which is 시력. 시력. So this is also another Sino-Korean word that literally means sight power. So 시력 means eyesight, but we just generally say 눈이 나쁘다 to mean my eyesight isn't good. So if your eyesight is not good, what do you 쓰다? 쓰다. 쓰다 has a lot of meanings. I think we already learned this vocabulary, right? We learned that the first meaning is to write. And the second meaning, I'm not sure if we actually learned this word. It means bitter. And the third meaning is to wear glasses, not clothes, but glasses, caps, hats, and so on. So not like the actual clothes you wear on your body, but more like miscellaneous devices. So you wear 안경, right? 안경. 안경 means glasses. So this is the correct answer. Not wallet, not 지갑, not watermelon. No, this is just two out of the blue. And 사전 means dictionary. So the correct answer is 3. So the rest of the questions work that way as well. And I thought we could do all of them, but let's skip number 34. This is probably too easy, so I think you can do it by yourself. And let's move on to number 35. So 저는 number 35. 전화를 합니다. 친구와 blank. So which one should be the correct answer? Is it 씁니다? Do you write or wear with your friend? What do you do with your friend when you are 전화를 하다? 전화 means phone. So 전화를 하다 means you guys are calling each other. You guys are over the phone. So yes, you guys are right. It's 4. It's number, where is it? Oh, there you go. 이야기하다. So 이야기 means story, but I also told you guys that it means talk. And 이야기하다 means to talk. And it can also be abbreviated into 얘기 and you can say 얘기하다. Both mean to talk. And for number 36, 집에서 은행이 blank. 집 앞에 있습니다. 집 앞에. If you know this word, then I don't think it's too difficult to choose this if you know all the vocabularies in all choices. So 앞 means front. Front. And it is usually used when you're talking about something is at the front physically, not like time-wise, but physically. So 집 앞 means in front of my house, it is. What is? 은행 is, right? 은행, we learned it in our yesterday's class, right? So like I said, once again, the words are very repetitive, right? Even in one test, the same word appears quite repetitively. So that's good for you because repetition helps you remember that word better and it stays a lot longer in your head. And yes, you guys are right. It means bank. And 집에서, 에서 here means from. So 에서 has a lot of meanings, but here it means from. From the context, it means from. So from the house, from my home, bank is, yes, you guys are right. It's number 2. 은행이 가깝습니다. 가깝습니다. It comes from the adjective 가깝다, which means close. So this makes sense because the speaker literally said it's in front of his house, right? So it's close. So the right number is number 2. And it's not 깨끗하다, clean. It's not 시원하다, cool. It's not 넓다, wide, broad. No, it's number 2. And I think I got a question on the comment section. What you cannot wear 입다 when you say you're wearing glasses. Yes, 입다 is for clothes. 입다 is for clothes. 신다 is for shoes. So you 신발을 신어요. 옷을 입어요. 자켓을 입어요. And for 쓰다, not necessarily all the accessories because you don't say 귀걸이를 쓰다. 귀걸이 means earring, but you don't say 귀걸이를 쓰다. So 쓰다 is used for accessories like glasses, caps, and hat, and also mask too. But for jewelry, we say 반지를 끼다. We say 끼다. Or also say 하다. And we're going to learn more about this in detail in another lesson. So let's move on to number 37. 저는 보통 버스를 탑니다. Blank, 지하철을 탑니다. So if you know this adverb, then it's not difficult to find the correct answer. So 보통 has a lot of meanings actually, but here it means usually or normally. So I normally 버스를 타다. 타다 means to ride. It has other meanings as well, but here it means to ride. So I take a bus normally. I normally take a bus, and the next sentence has 지하철 in it. 지하 means subway. So 지하 literally means, thank you, Tricia. Thank you very much for the gift. 고맙습니다. And 지하 means underground. And 철 is a Sino-Korean word for train. So it's an underground train, right? So it's subway. So you have to compare the frequency, right? So as for bus, you write it usually. But as for 지하철, you have to choose a frequency adverb that indicates the frequency. And 빨리 means fast. It's an adverb that means fast, and it's not frequency. 아주 means very. It's not frequency. It just describes the extent, right? And 항상 means always. 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 Oh, so, okay. So I think some of you might be confused with number 4. But the correct answer is 가끔, which means sometimes. Sometimes. Because 항상 means always. Always, right? But he said he normally rides a bus. He normally takes a bus, right? So it doesn't make sense if he says he always take the subway. He sometimes take the subway when in the days he's not taking the bus, right? So number 1 makes much more sense than number 4. And moving on to number 31, and this is a particle lesson. So 도 is a particle that means to, like as well. 를, we all know it's a object marking particle. 에서 has a lot of meanings. 에게 also has a lot of meanings, but normally it means to or from, right? 오늘은, so 에서 normally it's place marking particle or not time marking particle. But so there is a separate lesson regarding 에서, so you can find it in my lesson if you would like to know more about 에서's usage. But for now, let's continue reading. 오늘은 수미의 생일입니다. 수미's, this is a particle that indicates the possession. So the preceding noun's possession, right? So 수미's birthday. Birthday. 오늘은, today is 수미's birthday. This is for, right? 저는 수미 blank 선물을 했습니다. 선물 means gift or present. Both mean the same thing, right? So 선물을 하다 means to give someone a gift. So you might be wondering, then can I use the verb 주다? Because 주다 means to give, right? So both are acceptable. When you say to give a gift, both 하다 verb and 주다 verb is used with the noun 선물. So either 선물을 했습니다 or 선물을 줬습니다. 주다's past form, right? 줬습니다 are fine. And you gave 선물 to 수미, right? To 수미. So the right particle is number 4. So if you know the basic, very, very basic usage of each particle, then this is also not very difficult to solve. And moving on to 39. 형이 아직 안 왔습니다. 형을 blank. So 형. I'm pretty sure that you guys have heard a lot of 형. If you watch a lot of K-pop idols doing live, they're calling each other like 형, you know. So 형, its first meaning, its original meaning is older brother. And it is used by male. 오빠 also means older brother, but this is used by a female. So I am a girl, but I don't have an older brother. But if I did, I would call him 오빠 because I'm a female and he's my older brother. So I would call him 오빠. And if you are a guy and you have an older brother, you can call him 형. So by the way he's saying 형, we can notice that the speaker is a guy, right? And he say, 형이 아직 안 왔습니다. 형이, my older brother, 아직, not yet. Yet, it means yet. So it is mostly, yes, followed by the negative noun because something is not done yet. So 안 왔습니다 means has not yet come. My older brother has not yet come. 형을 압니다, 알다. So this is also an irregular verb. So it comes from 알다. 알다. So the 살다 verb that we did in the beginning of this class becomes 삽니다, and it was also an irregular verb. And can you notice the difference? I mean, the common thing between 살다 and 알다. One common thing is that they both of its stem ends in 리을 받침. So usually, if a word's stem ends in 리을 받침, they are irregular verb and follows a different rule. So this one as well, just like 살다 becomes 삽니다, 알다 also becomes 압니다, and it means to know. And this verb is very relevant in this context. And 보냅니다, 보냅니다. So 보내다 also has a lot of meanings. The first one is to send and to spend time, not money or commodities, but time. And here, it's not sending 형, right? 기다립니다. We learned this verb, right? 기다리다, to wait. So you guys are right. It's 3. And 가르칩니다. 가르칩니다. 가르치다 means to teach, and you don't teach your 형 when he's not yet here. So that's also a weird answer. And moving on to the last question of the easiest level part, 40. So here, you have to be careful though. So 다음을 읽고 맞지 않는, it even underlined it for you so that you don't miss it. 맞지 않는 것을 고르십시오. So it's asking you to 고르십시오, choose 맞지 않는 것. We learn how to negate a verb, right? Verb and then 지 않다. It means not verb, right? So 맞다 means to be right. So it is not right. So read the following and choose what it's not right. The incorrect answer, yes. So let's see the flyer here. 축구 동아리 모임. Oh, actually this could be a little difficult. This is probably not the easiest level. So 축구 we also learned in yesterday's class means soccer or football, right? And 동아리 means a student club. And 모임 means gathering or meeting. So soccer club meeting announcement is what this flyer is about. And 언제냐면 언제, when. So when it's taking place, 매주 금요일 저녁 6시. 매주 means every week. 매주. And this is also a good vocabulary to learn. So if you say 매주, it means every week. 매일, every day. 매달, it's not 매월. Some learners confuse it. 매달 is every month. And 매년 means every year. So every week, 금요일, Friday, 저녁, evening, 6시, 6 o'clock. 어디서. So this is an abbreviation of 어디에서. So at where. So where is it taking place? 학교, 운동장, 학교, school, 운동장. How do you translate 운동장? It's a really, so wait guys, let me look up the dictionary. 운동장. It's a public field. Public, 운동장, 사전. Schoolyard. Okay. So depending on where 운동장 is located, there could be different translation, but it usually means that, you know, that big schoolyard, right? Sometimes it's covered with sand, sometimes it's covered in grass. So those kinds of public yard, we call 운동장. So the place where people can play sports or kind of gather together to, I don't know, do something else, that's called 운동장. I hope you understand. Playground is more like 놀이터. So sports field, yes, 군주. Sports field would be a better translation, or school playground. But I think you got what I mean, right? So what is not correct about this flyer? So some of you guys are giving me answer. Angelina answered number 3. Yes, it's number 3. So 모임은 오전에 있나요? 오전 means before noon, right? Before noon. So it's morning time or early. So yes, 오전 basically means morning time, a.m. And it's not a.m. time, it's in 저녁 time, evening time. So it's number 3. And it is true that it is taking place in 금요일. 같이 축구를 합니다, right? Because they are soccer club. And 학교 운동장에서 만납니다. They meet in school sports field. Yes. Okay, so that was the easiest level part, and now we're moving on to a more advanced level. So relatively more advanced level compared to the first 10 questions that we just did. So let's start from Number 45. Okay, so as you can see, compared to the first few questions, the sentences are longer and the paragraph itself is longer. There are 1 to 3 sentences in a row, right? So let's see if we can pull this off. 제 취미는 가구 만들기입니다. So 취미 here means hobby. What you do at free time, what you do for free time. My hobby는 가구 만들기입니다. So the vocabulary gets a little difficult. And 가구 here means a furniture. And 만들다 we learned means to make, right? And we also learned that to make a verb into an ing form, make a verb into a noun and say making, you can put 기. Or you can also say 는 것, and I talk about the difference in the verb to noun transition class. So you can check that lesson out if you want to know more about it. So 만들기 here means making. So my hobby는 furniture making입니다. Is furniture making. So I make furnitures for my free time. And 주말에만 만들어서 하나를 만들 때 시간이 많이 걸립니다. So you can see that the sentence definitely got longer, and you can see also the conjunctions, right? So we learned 서 conjunction. It's a conjunction for reason. So the preceding sentence is the reason and the result sentence after, right? So 주말에만 만들어서. So 주말에만 means only, just. So only 주말에, only over the weekend, 만들어서 make, because I make it only over the weekend, right? I only make it over the weekend. So 하나를 만들 때 시간이 많이 걸립니다. 하나를 만들 때, so we learned that 때 means the time of what's placed before this, right? So we learned that when you say 방학 때, it means when it's vacation. And also, what did we learn? What else did we learn? So basically the time noun and 때, it means by the time by the time it is that noun period. So you can basically guess by seeing this. 하나를 만들 때, it means 하나, making one 때. So when I'm making one, 시간이 많이 걸립니다. So 시간이 걸리다 means to take time. To take time. So it takes time, a lot of time, right? Because he only makes it over the weekend, even just making one takes a lot of time. 지금까지 책장 하나와 의자 2개를 만들었습니다. So before we break this down, let's try to find the answer. So is number 1 correct? No. 가구를 빨리 만듭니다. Just by looking at 빨리, we know that it's wrong, right? 빨리, we learn, means fast, but he cannot make it fast because he makes it only over the weekend. Is number 2 correct? 저는 주말에 가구를 만듭니다. Yes, because he said he only makes it over the weekend. 주말에 가구를 만듭니다. This is correct, right? And 지금까지 책장 하나와 의자 2개를 만들었습니다. So let me look it up. Sorry guys, give me a few seconds over here. Oh, okay. So 책장 means bookshelf. Bookshelf. Okay. Bookshelf 책장 하나와 one bookshelf and 의자 chair 2개, 2 chairs. 지금까지 till now I made one bookshelf and 2 chairs. Did he make a lot of bookshelf? No, just one. Did he make 1 chair? No, he made 2 chairs. So the correct answer is number 2. So it gets a little difficult, right? Yeah, so correct number is 2. And moving on to, how are you guys finding this? How are you guys finding this part? The part where it got a bit longer. Could you share your opinion in the comment section? And in the meantime, let me move on to number 47. I'm learning a lot, even though it's hard. 어렵네요. Helpful. Okay. That's great. As long as it's helpful, that's what matters, right? Even if it's hard, we don't want to do like easy stuff all day, right? We want challenges. So I think, yes, in that way, it could be helpful. So I hope you don't get too discouraged, even if it's hard, because there will be a time in the future where looking back at this test, it will feel so much easier for you because by then you have learned so much more and you have committed more time to it. So for that day, let's keep on going. So number 47. 저는 한복을 한번 입어보고 싶었습니다. So you will have noticed that in topic 1 test really likes 보다 verb combination and some 주다 verb combination as well. So do you guys remember 입어보고, this verb? So 입다 we learned means to wear clothes, right? And here she says she wants to wear 한복, which means Korean traditional dress. So he wants to wear 입어보고 싶었습니다. So 입다 and 보다 combined becomes 입어보다, right? So it means try wearing. We learned the 보다 combination verb, right? Try wearing. So he wants to try 한복. And 한번 is also used with 보다 verb to emphasize 보다 verb. We also learned this, right? 한번 doesn't literally mean once here, right? It usually follows 보다 verb combination to just emphasize 보다. 한번 입어보고 싶었습니다. This is the past form of 고 싶다. Verb 고 싶다, which means want to verb. So wanted to wear, to try wearing 한복. I've always wanted to try 한복. 그래서 so 이번 방학에 이번 summer vacation에 방학 is vacation for school, right? So from 방학 we can notice that the speaker is probably a student. 그래서 이번 this times 이번 means this times. So maybe the coming vacation he meant it. So for the coming vacation 한국에 가면 if I go to 한국, if I go to Korea, 한복을 입어볼 겁니다. 한복을 입어볼 겁니다. Another 보다 verb combination, right? 입어보다, and then combined with the future tense. So will try 한복 when I go to Korea. 한복을 입고 사진도 찍을 겁니다. 한복을 입고 So cool, we also learned that it can mean something's happening simultaneously. So by wearing 한복, with myself wearing 한복을 입고 사진도 찍을 겁니다. I will also take a picture. 사진을 찍다. So the correct answer is 방학에 한국에 가고 싶습니다. This one, because she just said she wants to go to Korea in vacation, during the vacation time, right? So 방학에 한국에 가고 싶습니다. 한복을 자주 입으면 좋겠습니다. Oh, guys, sorry. So I forgot to tell you the instruction here. So just in case you guys might be confused, it's choosing 중심 생각. The questions from 46 to 48 are about choosing the center thought, so main thought. So you have to choose the main thought. And the main thought isn't about her wanting to wear 한복 자주. No, 자주 means often. And she never said that she wants to wear it often, right? So this is the wrong answer. And so here, 면 좋겠다. 면 좋겠다 here is a really common expression that you should remember. I hope that the word should doesn't sound too strong, but this is a useful expression. So the verb 으면, the stem of the verb 으면 좋겠다. So it means it would be good if verb. So that's the literal translation. However, the more natural translation is I wish verb. So there is actually a song for Korean children that goes like this. 텔레비전에 내가 나왔으면 정말 좋겠네. 텔레비전에 내가 나왔으면 TV에 television means TV에 내가 나왔으면 or let's go with 나오면 here because it takes too much time to explain all the grammar here. So 나오면 is also a correct form. 내가 나오면 좋겠어. TV에 내가 나오면 좋겠어. So literally it means on TV I appear. If I appear on TV, it would be good. However, a more natural translation is I wish I appear on TV. So this is an expression of your hope and future wish. 저는 한국에 가면 좋겠어요. Yes, that is a perfect sentence, an example sentence. Course, good job. So, yes. So, she never said she wishes to wear 한복 자주, right? So this is not correct. 여러 한복 사진을 찍고 싶습니다. So she did say she wants to 사진을 찍고 싶다, right? She wants to take a picture, but she never said she wants to try several 한복 and take lots of pictures. That is not her main thought. And 한국에서 한복을 Oh, wait. Oh, sorry, guys. This is number 4. This is number 4. This is number 4, guys. Oh, I messed it up. Sorry. Apologies, guys. This is not number 1. This is number 4. Okay, so I was confused because I myself didn't read the instructions. So it's asking you to choose the main thought, not what you think is true, right? It's number 4. 한국에서 한복을 입어보려고 합니다. Because 방학에 한국에 가고 싶습니다 is not the main idea. So he plans to go to 한국, but that's not the main subject here. The main idea is 한국에서 in Korea 한복을 입어보려고 합니다. 입어보다, try wearing. So when you say verb 려고 하다, or you can also exclude 고, 려 하다, it means plan to verb. Plan to verb. And also, let's move on to number 48. So just for a reminder, again, this is choosing the main thought, right? Main thought. And so number 48. 저는 게임 회사에 다니고 있습니다. 일도 재미있고 회사 사람들도 좋습니다. 저는 이 회사에 오래 다니고 싶습니다. So 저는 게임 회사, 게임 컴퍼니에 다니고 있습니다. You can know that this is present progressive. So she is okay, so 다니다. I have to explain the verb 다니다 here. 다니다. So I think we learned about this verb once in one of my lessons. So you can say 학교에 다녀요. 저는 학교에 다녀요. So when you say you 다녀요 somewhere, it means you regularly go there. So here it means you are a student of that school. So for example, if you are a student of like Harvard, you can say 하버드에 다녀요. 저는 하버드에 다녀요. But this is not limited to schools alone. You can also say it to like the company or someplace else that you go regularly. For example, gym or someplace that you go regularly. So you can say 저는 삼성에 다녀요. Samsung is company name, Samsung. 삼성에 다녀요. I go to Samsung. I work there. And you can also say 저는 헬스장에 다녀요. 헬스장 is a Konglish word, kind of, that means gym. So it's a place for 헬스, health. So it means gym. 헬스장에 다녀요. You know, I go to the gym often. So this is the verb that is used in those kinds of cases. And so I currently go to a game company. And 일도 재미있고 회사 사람들도 좋습니다. 일도 work as well. 재미있고 fun. It's fun. And, right? And company people, 회사 사람들도 company people도 좋습니다. 좋습니다. Good. Right? And 저는 이 회사에 오래 다니고 싶습니다. 이 회사에, this company에 오래 다니다. Long time, 오래 means for a long time. This is another helpful adverb that you can note. 오래 다니고 싶습니다. I wish to 다니다 at this company for a long time because I like it very much. I like the people there and I enjoy working there. So, what is the correct answer? Yes, it's number 4, right? 회사에서 같이 일하는 사람들이 좋습니다. I like the people that I work together with at company, right? So 저는 Oh, sorry. Why do I keep messing up? Oh God, sorry. Oh my gosh, sorry. So I keep forgetting that it's a question about 중심 생각. It's not, it's a question about 중심 생각. It's a question about the main thought, right? So it is true that she likes the people that she works with, right? But the main thought is that she wants to continue working there, right? Oh, okay. So it's number 3. I'm so sorry about this, guys. So you can actually learn from my mistake that for this part, you have to choose the main thought, not what is correct, right? Not what is obviously correct, but what is obviously the main idea. So yes, this is 3. 저는 회사에서 계속 일하면 좋겠습니다. 면 좋겠다. Oh, it appeared again, right? 면 좋겠다. I wish I could continue working at this company. So this is number 3. Again, I apologize, guys. Oh, that was quite tricky. And moving on to... Okay, so from number 49, it becomes more difficult than what we just did. But let's see how we can pull this off. So I excluded the last 3 paragraphs because I thought it gets too difficult and there are so many grammar points to explain that I haven't covered in my previous lessons. So let's do the first parts of this part. Okay. So let's start from number 49. 저는 음악 공연을 보는 것을 안내문을 읽기가 진짜 중요해요. Yes, that is true. That's a perfect sentence, and that is true. It's really important that you read the instruction so that you don't fall in the trap, right? That's what the Topik test makers want you to do. They want you to fall into trap, right? But you should avoid that trap by reading the instruction carefully. Okay, and here the instruction is quite simple, so no need to worry too much about it. You just have to answer to the question after reading the following paragraph. And here it's basically choosing the correct word and the same one as this article's content. So choose what is true based on this paragraph. So yes, let's start from 49. 기억에 들어갈 알맞은 말을 let's start from the paragraph. 저는 음악 공연 보는 것을 좋아합니다. 보는 것, it appeared again, right? So this is another way of making a verb into a noun, right? So to 보다 means to watch. So 보는 것 becomes watching, right? Once again, you can check out my verb to noun transition lesson to learn more about this. 보는 것, 뭘 보는 것? 음악 공연을 보는 것. Music performance. I like watching music performance. 하지만, but 요즘에는 recently, when it comes to recently, 바빠서 busy, so 공연을 거의 보지 못했습니다. Performance, 거의 보지 못하다. So 거의 here is also a good adjective to note. It means almost. 보지 못했습니다. So couldn't see. So we learned that to negate a verb, you can say 지 않다. And if you want to say I can't, you can also say 지 못하다. 지 못하다. So 보지 못하다 means cannot see, And if you conjugate it in past form, 못했어요, 보지 못했어요, it means couldn't see, right? The past form. So recently I was busy, 바빠서 I couldn't watch the performance almost always, 거의 보지 못했습니다. 오늘은 for today 일이 빨리 끝나서 오랜만에 친구와 공연을 blank. 오늘은 일이 빨리 끝나서 work 빨리, we learned it means fast, but I think a better translation would be early. Early, 끝나다, finished, to be finished, or to end. 일이, my work has been finished early for today, so 끝나서 오랜만에 is also a good adverb to note. It means in a long time. So 오랜만에 보내요 means long time no see. So 오랜만에, in a long time. So I haven't done this for a very long time and now I'm doing this. It has that kind of meaning. So 오랜만에 친구와 with 친구 같이 공연을 number 1. Yes, you guys are right. It's number 1. 보러 갔습니다. So I have to explain a new expression here. So when you say verb, or 러 갔습니다. 가다. Let's write it in the basic form. It means to go to verb. Go to verb. So I went to see, right? To see performance with my friend. And it's not number 2. 봐야 했습니다. We learn that when you say present conjugated verb, 야 하다 or 야 되다, it means, can you guys see? Oh, sorry, I messed up zooming once again. Okay, so it means should verb, right? Should verb. So I had to see, but did they have to see? No, that's not correct. And 보지 않았습니다. This is a negation, right? We didn't watch. Nope, they did watch. 볼 수 없었습니다. When you say verb, 리을 받침 or 을, sometimes if the stem doesn't end in 받침, if the stem does end in 받침, 없다, it means not be able to verb. So couldn't watch as well. So these 볼 수 없었습니다 and 보지 못했습니다. Okay, so this is 볼 수 없었습니다 and 보지 못했습니다. This have the same meaning. 보지 못했습니다. 볼 수 없었습니다. However, in this context, it means they went to see it, right? So it's number 1. And for 50, 글의 내용과 같은 것을 고르십시오. 저는 요즘 시간이 많습니다. Does he have a lot of time recently? No. 저는 오늘 일을 쉬었습니다. Do you guys remember the verb 쉬다? It means to take a rest. So this is also not true because she didn't take a rest, just that his work got finished early. And 저는 친구와 공연을 자주 봅니다. Often see performance with her friend. No, you cannot find anything about that in this paragraph, so number 3 is wrong. 저는 공연을 봐서 기분이 좋았습니다. So if you finish reading this part, then we can know that it's number 4 here. Because 공연은 정말 신나고 very exciting, 신나다, and 좋다, good, 맞습니다, was good and exciting, right? 공연을 보고 나올 때 행복했습니다. It said he was very happy, right? So, happy meaning 기분이 좋았습니다. Mood is good. It's also another way to say I was happy. I felt good. So the correct one is number 4. So I hope that you are getting a lot of expressions. So there are many expressions that we learned in just one paragraph, right? And also, even if you got the answer right, it's really helpful to kind of break down the sentences in other answer choices because it might have some words or expressions or grammar points that you haven't learned or haven't really understood. So yes, that would be quite helpful. And moving on to, how many do I have? So I brought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more. 7 more. Let's see if we can finish this. If we can manage to finish it. So starting from 53, 길게 들어갈 알맞은 말을 고르십시오. So this is also, there's nothing really special about the instruction. You just choose the correct one. And 저는 초등학교 때 친하게 지낸 친구가 한 명 있었습니다. 때. I think Topik really likes 때. Or it's not that they like it, it's just used very frequently. 때. At the time of elementary school. So when I was in elementary school, it would be the translation. 저는 초등학교 때 친하게 지낸 친구가 한 명 있었습니다. So it's basically talking about a friend, 친구, one friend that he was close with. 항상, always, 같이 다닌 좋은 친구였습니다. 항상 같이 다닌 좋은 친구였습니다. So 다니다 verb appeared again, and 다니다 actually has other meanings as well. It's just that when you say 학교에 다니다 or 회사에 다니다, that's the most common expression where 다니다 is used. But when you say you 다니다 with a person, it means, you usually hang out with that person. You usually hang out with that person. So 다니다 is it has that connotation of familiarity. You do something often, or you hang out with that person often. So yeah, 항상 같이 다닌, always together, hung out, good friend was. He was a really good friend that I always hung out with. 그런데, there's a twist here, but 초등학교를 elementary school, blank. 그 친구는, that friend, 부산으로 이사를 갔습니다. So 이사 means to move. So 이 here also comes from Chinese character which means move. So when you say 이민, it's immigrant, to immigrate. So when you say 이사 가다, you move out. And when you say 이사 오다, you move to this place because you came for moving and you go for moving. Does this make sense, guys? So in the speaker's point of view, that friend 이사 갔다, right? Not 이사 왔다, but 이사 갔다. So 그 친구, that friend to Busan moved. So what is the correct answer for this one? So 이민 오다 would be to immigrate, and 이민 가다 would mean to emigrate. Move out, move in. Yeah, that's the most simple translation. Thank you, Bertini. And number 53, 까인 씨 said, 저는 한국어 공부할 때. Number 2. Oh, 까인 씨 said number 2. Anyone has different opinion about the answer? Which one do you think is the correct answer? $53. I see 4. I see 1. Okay. I'm guessing because this is the new expression here. So 졸업해도. Right. So in order to pick the right answer, you have to know all of what these expressions mean. So we'll go over all of it. 졸업해도. So when you say present verb plus 도, it means even if that verb. So here, 졸업해 is the conjugated form of 졸업하다, which means to graduate. So 졸업하다 becomes 졸업해 in present verb, and 졸업해도 means even if we graduated. So if number 1 is here, it would become a meaning of even if graduated from 초등학교, from elementary school, that friend moved to Busan? No, right? No. It's weird. And 졸업하거나 is usually used when you are giving a choice. So it kind of means or. So there is, so you can say, what's a good expression? 먹거나, 그러거나 말거나, 오거나 말거나. Okay. 오거나 말거나. So this is a really common expression used in, phrase it like this. So 거나. So come or not come, I don't care. It kind of means that, but it can also be used like 오거나 가거나 둘 중 하나만 선택해. Okay, it can be used in context like this. So come or go. 둘 중 하나만 선택해. Choose only one. So it's basically used when you are giving the choice of a verb. So there has to be another choice if you choose number 2, but there's no choice of verb, so this also doesn't fit in the context. And number 3, 고 나서, verb 고 나서 means after I finish verb. So after verb is the meaning. So if you say 먹고 나서, 밥 먹고 나서, 밥 먹다 means to have a meal, right? 밥 먹고 나서 양치질해. 밥 먹고 나서 eat, and then after that 양치질해, brush your teeth. So after they graduated, that friend moved to Busan, right? So 서로 멀리 떨어져서 만나지 못했다. 지 못했다 expression appeared again, right? 지 못하다. Couldn't, right? So they couldn't meet because they were too far away from each other. So 3 fits the context the best, right? And 졸업하게 되면, so 면 usually means if. So it means if I get to graduate. 졸업하게 되면, and this is another expression that we will cover in our future lessons. So let's not get into too much detail about this. I am kind of scared that I might be frying you guys' brain. So how are you guys finding it so far? How are you guys finding it? It's confusing. Yes, I understand. Okay. I think the response is kind of slow. So I'll just move to 54. Oh, 참 재밌어요. It's a good pace. You're great. It's very nice. Okay. I'm really glad that you guys are willing to follow it. So 정말 잘하고 있어요, 여러분. 잘하고 있어요. And 감사합니다. 따라와 주셔서 감사합니다. Thank you, guys. So let's move on to 54. 이 글의 내용과 같은 것. So what is the correct according to the paragraph? So let's read the rest of the paragraph. 만나지 못했고 couldn't meet and 이제는 연락이 안 됩니다. 이제는 now, as of now, 연락이 안 됩니다. So 연락 means to keep, 연락 means keeping in touch, contact. 연락이 되다 means to be able to keep in touch. And it says 안 됩니다. So they're not able to keep in touch now, right? And here, 이제 is used for now because I think this is the perfect timing for me to explain the difference between 이제 and 지금. I think one of my subscribers had a really good explanation about this. So 지금 basically means now, like now. You know, it could be today, you know, this year, this season, 지금, right now. 지금 우리는 공부하고 있어요. Now we're studying, right? So in those kinds of general cases, you use 지금. And 지금 and 이제 is also a noun, but this one is used when you are kind of saying something's not happening anymore, or when you are comparing it to what happened before. So something was like that before, but now it's not like that anymore. In those kinds of nouns, we use 이제. But in general now, it's 지금. So 이제는 공부 열심히 할 거예요. I'm running out of space. Okay, let me bring an extra piece of paper. 이제는. So it has a transitional implication. Oh, yes. I really like that. The way you put it. Yes, transitional implication. Yes. So 이제는 공부를. Let me write it fast. 열심히 할 거예요. And 지금 공부하고 있어요. 지금 공부하고 있어요. So 이제는 now I will study hard. So by 이제 you can guess that prior to now, you didn't study hard. But 이제는, you're going to make a transition. 이제는, for now, I'm going to study hard. And for 지금, it can be used like 지금 공부하고 있어요. I'm studying right now. 지금. And I saw a question regarding 방금. And 방금 means just now. So this is also a past. But the past that happened just now. So this is kind of different from 지금 in that it means just now. For example, 제프가 방금 왔어요. Jeff came just now. So it's different from 지금. And 이제 is used when you are kind of comparing what you didn't do in the past, but now you're doing it differently. 방금 is used a lot, isn't it? Yes. Yeah, if you want to say just now, you can use it. Okay, so yes, so not anymore, right? So the good translation would be not anymore. They cannot keep in contact anymore. And 그 친구를 찾을 수 있으면 좋겠습니다. 또 나왔어. It appeared again. 또 나왔어요. 면 좋겠습니다. So it was an expression of hope and wish, right? Do you guys remember? from the previous questions, right? So, what does she hope to do? 그 친구를, that friend, 찾을 수 있으면, 수 있다. 리을 받침 or 을, 수 있다. Verb, 리을 받침 수 있다 means can verb, right? So, I wish I can 찾다. Find that friend. I wish I can find my friend. So, let's look at number 54. 저는 그 친구와 연락을 할 수 없습니다. Is this correct? Do you guys think number 1 is correct? Yes, number 1 is correct. Number 1 is correct. 연락을 할 수 없습니다. Right? 수 없다. So we can easily guess that if 수 있다 means can, then automatically 수 없다 would mean cannot. Right? So I cannot 연락을 하다. I cannot keep in touch with that friend. That's what she said here, right? I cannot keep in touch with my friend and I hope to find her. So the number is 1. And 저는 초등학교 때부터 부산에 살았습니다. No. 초등학교 때, ever since elementary school, so from the time I was in elementary school, I lived in Busan. No. Busan, his friend moved to Busan after graduating high school, but I didn't live there ever since elementary school. So this is incorrect. And 저는 초등학교에 다닐 때, when I was attending 초등학교, 이사를 갔다, I moved. No, his friend did after elementary school. 저는 그 친구를 이제 is used again now, but the transitional comparison, right? So before that it was different, but now it's like this, right? So comparing. 저는 그 친구를 now 만나고 싶지 않다. I don't want to meet. No, she is very eager to find her friend, right? So the correct answer is number 1. And speaking of the verb 찾다, I also posted it on my Instagram video explaining about this verb. So let me briefly explain it here as well. So 찾다 has 2 meanings. It means to look for and also to find. And these are different English verbs, right? To look for means you haven't found something yet, but you're looking for it. So I am looking for a new job. It means you haven't found your job yet. But if you say, I found my job, it means you have already found it. Like you landed a job now, right? So those are the difference. But in Korean, 찾다 verb has both of those meanings. So usually when you say find, it's in past form because it's the result of what you have looked for. So when you say 지갑을 찾았어요, 지갑 찾았어요, it means I found my wallet. And if you say 지갑을 찾아요 or 지갑을 찾고 있어요, it would mean I am looking for 지갑. Or 찾아요 would be the same meaning, look for. So that is the difference that some of the learners might get confused. So 찾다 has both of those meanings, and here it means find. I hope that I will be able to find my friend and really see her in person. Okay. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left. Okay. Okay, so let's just skip this one. 55, 56. Let's skip this one. And let's move on to kind of like a puzzle question. So for number 57 and 58, 다음을 순서대로, according to 순서, order. So 순서 is also a good word that you can remember. Order, according to order, 맞게, in a right way, 나열한 것, listed. So choose the right order of each sentence is the instruction. So if the sentence has a sentence connector at the front, this cannot be the first sentence because the sentence connector literally connect two sentences, right? And to be used, there has to be a previous sentence first and then you use a sentence connector. So we can know from 그래서 and 그런데, they are not placed the first. So it's either 가 or 나 that comes the first. 저는 종이컵을 많이 썼습니다. This seems the most likely to be the first sentence. And 나 이제부터 그 컵을 쓰려고 합니다. So another expression. So the expression, again, expression is quite repetitive. So if you kind of study all the expressions that's used in this one test, even in one test, it will expand your vocabulary a lot more. So that's a good, I think, that's a good way for you to study that I recommend. So do you guys remember what? I hope you guys are taking note, by the way, because I feel like I have we have learned so much here, right? And I was just taking notes to you guys all over the place because I didn't bring a separate notebook with me, but I hope that for you are taking notes in a more organized way so that by the time you get to review these, you can see them more easily. So verb, 려고 하다. Okay, I see that you guys are taking notes. Okay, that's good. That's good. Verb 려고 하다. It's an expression of future plan. Near future plan. Near future plan. So it's almost like I'm going to, like I plan to. So I plan to, verb is the meaning. 려고 하다, in order to, no. It's not in order to. This expression is not in order to. Guys, maybe you guys are confused with 려면, verb 으려면 or 려면 expression. This is different. This means I'm going to verb. So this is not in order to. I intend to. Yes, that's a better translation. I intend to. So 이제부터, now, from now. So from now on, so unlike the past, but from now on, right? You can guess that by 이제. 그 컵을, that cup, I'm planning to use. And it says that cup, right? That cup. Then, this sentence cannot be placed in the first place, right? Because we don't have enough information about that cup. The first sentence has to have that specific information of what cup it's referring to. So, 나 cannot also come at the first part. 나 cannot come at the first part, and it's 가 that comes first, so you can exclude 3 and 4 from your choice. And what do you think is the sentence that would come next? Oh, and 종이컵 means paper cup. Paper cup. Cups that look like, oh, I happen to have it here. Yay. So my dad bought me a cup of coffee yesterday, and this is the type of cup that is called 종이컵, the paper cup. Literally the cup made of paper. So these are paper cup. 저는 종이컵을 많이 썼습니다. I used a lot of paper cup. And the next one is Oh, you guys are saying number 1. 라. Yes. Kiddo. Yes, it's 라. 저는 종이컵을 많이 썼습니다. But 종이컵은 paper컵은 바로 right away 바로 쓰레기 means garbage, trash 가 되다 means to become, right? 됩니다. It becomes a trash right away. You cannot recycle it. It becomes a trash. And so 그래서 가지고 다닐 컵을 샀습니다. 사다 사다 conjugated in past form. 샀습니다 means bought, right? So I bought a cup that I will 가지고 다닐. Can you guys guess what 가지고 다니다 mean? So we learned today about the nuance that the verb 다니다 has, right? It implies your usual routine, the frequency of doing something, right? So 가지고 다니다 means 가지고 다니다. Okay, so I think you can, instead of breaking it down, I think you can remember this verb all together. So 가지고 다니다 means to bring with you, normally, to bring with you kind of every day, right? 가지고 다니다. So 그래서 I bought a cup that I will bring with me every day. 가지고 다닐. Habitually. Yes. Thank you for helping me out. Habitually. So let me write that word here. To bring habitually. That I will use, in almost everyday life. And then 이제부터 그 컵을 쓰려고 합니다. 이제부터 from now on, I plan to use that cup. And now we can identify what that cup is. That cup is not a paper cup, but it's a separate cup that I will bring with me habitually, right? So now the puzzle is complete. It's in the order of 가, 라, 다, 나. So becomes number 2. 가지고 다니다. 언제든지 갖다. Kind of. And, okay. 대학교에 매일 가지고 다녀요. Yes, that is correct. And, how many left? I think 2, right? Yes. Okay. So now this is the last paragraph. So I think it's kind of disturbing. Does this shadow disturb you? I think it does a little bit. Maybe I should move the camera a little bit so that it has both the natural light and my stand light that I brought, my desk light. Okay, this is better. Actually, this light, you guys, is from the natural light from outside. So this is pretty cool, right? And okay, so this is our last paragraph. Okay, let's see. 저는 조금 전에. So the instruction, there's nothing really special about the instruction. You just choose the correct one. 저는 조금 전에. So 전, we learned, means before. Not like physically before, but more like time-wise before. So 조금 전에, a little while ago, 조금 전에 텔레비전을 보고 깜짝 놀랐습니다. 텔레비전 also means TV. 보고, watch television, 보고, and I was surprised. 깜짝 놀랐어. So 깜짝 is a word, 깜짝. How do you call this kind of word? I thought I knew that term. So 깜짝, 뭐라고 하지 이런 거? 깜짝이. So do you guys happen to know the word that refers to kinds of words like Like, I cannot find an example. Sorry, guys. Could you guys give me a second? I actually knew the term for it. Forgot what it's called in English. 깜짝. It's an adverb, by the way. Adverb that is used mostly with 놀라다 verb. 놀라다 means to be surprised. Expletive. You guys are saying expletive. I don't know what that means. It's not it's not expletive. No. It's not a swear word. Sorry guys, it might take more than a second. 깜짝. Noun form of surprised. 깜짝. I'm not really sure how to explain 깜짝, but you can 깜짝. So 놀라다 is the verb that means to be surprised, and 깜짝 is kind of an exclamation, yes. It's not a verb, it's an adverb, but it is used to emphasize the fact that someone got surprised. So usually it follows the verb 놀라다. It goes with the verb 놀라다. So 깜짝 놀랐어. 깜짝 놀랐어. I was surprised. I was so surprised. So yeah, it has that kind of meaning. But I'm not sure if there is an English equivalent word for it, but it kind of means a lot. So a lot surprised. Like I was so surprised. Okay, you guys get it. Okay, so 깜짝 놀랐어. I saw television and I was like so surprised. Why? 텔레비전에 제 동생이 크게 나왔기 때문입니다. TV에 텔레비전에 나오다. Appear on TV, right? 누가? Who? 제 동생이, my younger sibling, 크게, in a large way, like largely. I could see her in large screen. So I was so surprised to see her. 동생은 테니스 경기장에서 경기를 보고 있었는데 박수를 치면서 웃고 있었습니다. So 동생 경기장 테니스 경기장 stadium. So 경기 means like competition, race, match. Tennis match stadium. So tennis match stadium에서 in the stadium match를 보고 있었는데 was watching and 박수를 치면서 웃고 있었습니다. 박수를 치면서 so many useful verbs here. So 박수 means clap, like applaud, and it goes with the verb 치다. 치다 literally means to hit. So you're hitting your hands together when clapping, right? And actually, 수 here comes from the Chinese character that means hand. And 박 is a word that means something big. So I'm pretty sure that you guys have heard of the word 대박. And we say this exclamation word when we are surprised about both negative things or positive things. Like, 쟤 하버드 붙었대. 대박. He got into Harvard. Wow, that's 대박. Or, my friend failed his test. 내 친구 시험에 떨어졌대. 대박. 걔 공부 엄청 열심히 했는데. 대박. He studied really hard, but that's 대박. That's kind of surprise. So it's used for both positive incidents and negative incidents. 대박. So 박 here kind of usually refers to something big. So you're giving a big hand. 박수. You're clapping. You're hitting your big hand. So 박수를 치다 means to clap. And 박수를 치면서, and 면서 is used when you are indicating that something's happening simultaneously. So 박수를 치면서 while clapping his hands 웃고 있었습니다. Smiling or laughing, smiling. He was smiling. 동생의 모습을 텔레비전에서 본 것은 처음이었습니다. So 동생의 모습 means it can mean a lot of things. It can mean look, appearance. So this sentence basically means it was his first time watching his 동생's figure on a television. So 매일 보는 동생이지만 동생의 얼굴을 텔레비전에서 보니까 blank 새로운 기분이 들었습니다. And I think number 61 is quite easy to guess even if you don't understand the whole paragraph because in the next sentence it says 새로운 기분, right? New or fresh, 새로운 mood. So it's a positive mood, right? Positive mood. Positive and new. So it's not 편하다. It's not comfortable. Why on earth would she be comfortable? 복잡하다. Complicated. Nope, not at all. 비슷하고. Similar. Is it similar? She said it feels fresh. Nope. 반갑고. We learned this word in our last lesson as well, right? 반갑다. The adjective 반갑다 means to be glad or to feel nice for an encounter with someone, right? So usually 반가워요 means nice to meet you. And here 반갑고 means, it felt so, oh wow, it was so nice seeing her on TV. It kind of has that meaning. So a positive and new meaning, 반갑다. And number 62, 이 글의 내용과 같은 것을 고르십시오. So what is true? Which one do you think is the answer? Is number 1 correct? 동생은 테니스를 보러 경기장에 갔습니다. Or is it 저는 박수를 치면서 동생의 모습을 보았습니다. Okay, you guys are... Okay, I see number 1. Okay, so who went to the tennis match? Who went to the tennis match? 동생 went to the tennis match, right? 테니스를 보러. So, 보러 가다. We already learned this word, right? verb로 가다. To go to, verb. So to go to see at the stadium the tennis match. 테니스를 보러. 테니스. 동생 went to the stadium to watch the tennis game, right? Did she? Yeah, 동생 did. So, it's number 1. And it's not number 2 because 저는 박수를 치면서 I, while clapping, saw 동생의 모습. I saw 동생 while I was clapping. No. 동생 was clapping, not me. So, I think it did a quite good job to trick you guys into falling into trap, right? But if you look at the sentence closely, the subject is me. And she watched her 동생's figure while I was clapping. So, yeah, it's number 1. And number 3 is wrong. 전에도 also in the past 텔레비전에서 동생의 얼굴을 보았습니다. Also in the past I saw 동생's face on television. No. It was so new to her that she was 깜짝 놀라다. So this doesn't make sense. And 저는 오늘 테니스 경기장에서 at the tennis stadium 동생을 만났습니다. No, she saw her on TV. So that's why she was surprised, because it was her first time seeing her 동생's appearance on TV, right? So this is number 1. Okay. So, yes, we will finish it here. And thank you guys so much for joining. And I'm really glad that you guys finished the test first before joining. And that kind of makes it easier for you to follow, relatively more easier than otherwise. So thank you guys for that. And Desiree, oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. And I will end the live class here and see you guys in the next lesson. Thank you so much for joining again. And thank you, Robin, for your hard work. Thank you. I know that I say this every time and it's not enough. Robin, you have been helping me so much. And everyone as well. You guys coming to my class and following my lesson. Yeah, that means a lot to me. And that encourages me to keep on going. And yeah, so I will say 안녕히 가세요, everyone. 안녕히 가세요. And 다음 레슨에서 또 봐요. 안녕. 안녕, 안녕. You can see my shadow here.